Peter Brusso again here with Todd Hill of Hill Electric, and we're going to talk about a fairly recent invention called LED lighting. Todd, talk to us about LED lighting and what do you do for the homes with that?
Well, LED lighting is very impressive. I still wonder who the guy in the back room was that sat there for 20 years waiting for that light bulb to burn out. But the fact is, they last forever. They give you great light. They're obviously very energy efficient, and they substitute for a lot of things that we've had on the market for a long time that spend more energy, have higher wattage, and obviously burn out and don't have a long lifespan.
When you talk about wattage, let's talk about their low voltage too, right?
You can get LEDs in 120 volt or 12 volt, yeah.
So I mean, the 12-volt ones are certainly a lot safer than the 120 ones out there.
Well, I don't know if there's a safety issue. To be honest with you, most low voltage lighting uh, is, it seems to me like we do more of it with landscape lighting, but
Hmm.
we have retrofit some art lovers' homes that
Hmm.
they were already set up with low voltage 50-watt halogen lamps that were actually without UV filters were fading their loved portraits and
Right?
photos and that sort of thing. We retrofit them with LED, and they no longer have the UV issues at all. And they do retrofit to 12 volt, and they look great. The color is dynamic.
It saves on their electric bill, no doubt, and their AC, as we pointed out on one of the other podcasts. All that heat. What do you got to do? Yeah, the UV emissions thing was a surprise for me, but I mean, if you have any art of any value, you certainly want to have LEDs on it, right?
Well, the way I was taught, when anytime you're using something like that, like you say, anything that's either a keepsake or you've spent huge money to put it on your wall, those hot lamps, those 50-watt halogens or even 75-watt halogen lamps, they'll fade your painting, and without a UV filter, it can be dangerous. And I've stumbled onto some jobs where exactly that had occurred.
Right. Now
Uh,
they're durable too, right? I mean, they're fairly strong and durable.
LED lamps.
Yes.
LED lamps are, like I say, that guy in the back room determined that they're going to give us about 20 years of burn time. Now, that obviously is still up in the air a little bit, but yeah, they're going to pretty much last you forever. Uh, it depends on how often they're on, like anything else, but if you can, you're pretty sharp, Peter. If you could do the math and figure out how long 20 years of burn time is on a normal light bulb, that seems like it'll be a lifetime for you and I.
Todd, LEDs are great for creating moods, I hear. Do you want to talk about mood lighting for us?
Well, I've always grown up using mood lighting with dimmers and being able to take the light down, which LEDs are fully dimmable if you buy the right LEDs. They've also have color wheels that you can rotate colors through or set a color. My whole yard's set up with green. I like that quite a bit. I don't use colors inside the house, but we have done some really nice kitchen uh, mood lighting with the last one we did was blue, and it actually shocked me how beautiful it turned out. And yeah, you can set moods. You can warm the place up. You can mellow it down. It's kind of amazing what's on the market these days.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that. I'll probably add it to the podcast, but that kitchen was awesome, wasn't it, in the blue? Wow.
It was, and that picture doesn't tell half the story. That home just turned out wonderful.
That's incredible. The other nice thing I understand about LEDs is they're like right on, you get bright light and it's right now. Is that true?
It's very spontaneous. That's going back to what we talked about some time ago about fluorescent lighting and how it flickered when it came on, and it just kind of basically bugged the heck out of a lot of us. You hit the switch with LEDs and it's on uh, instantaneously, fully dimmable, or just bright as you can imagine.
I've seen fluorescent bulbs where you flick them on in like a hallway. It lights up and then dims and slowly warms up.
They have to warm up to get, once they're hot, they give you full light, but
My bathroom's that way. It drives me crazy. About the
yeah,
time you want to do something, you know.
you're a typical customer, Peter. That's what I hear. Every week I get a call about that.
The other thing I researched on them too, they have a larger operating temperature, which of course means out here in the desert we go from all the way to freezing to 120 degrees if you're going to use them outside, and they are able to sustain those temperatures far better than any other bulbs.
They're very durable. Yes, you're right. And I always kind of joke about some of the products that are out there where they're UL approved and they're supposed to last in the weather that you have. But a lot of those items are not UL approved and tested in our Palm Desert and Palm Springs sun. And the LEDs, they will handle it. They'll tolerate it and they'll take it down below freezing as well.
Yeah, you see all the solar panels just they last 2 years out here, and then they're a piece of junk because of the heat. You know.
Uh, we have a tough desert sun.
Yes, we do. All right. Well, that sounds great. Also, long life obviously saves you a lot of money too, and of course you can use them both in home and in landscape lighting. Correct?
You're right. And it's popular both ways. We started out getting most of our calls for landscape lighting. It seems to me like over the last 6 months or so, we've started retrofitting more homes on the inside. I've it kind of pleasures me to see happy customers when they see the difference in the lighting that they're getting from these LEDs.
Well, you think about it too. If you wanted to just you're tired of the way your home looks, what do you do? Well, this is a very inexpensive way as opposed to like buying new furniture, building a new wall, painting. I mean, all your options to try to do something. This is a fairly reasonably low cost option with a high impact. Isn't that true?
I would say that's pretty accurate. Yeah, you're going to get a good bang for your buck. Like anything, I think LED is initially the cost was quite high, and people still believe it is. But I'm finding that the prices are going down, and we're able to get better packages with our bids.
You know, and I was even looking at the of another client of mine that stages houses for selling,
Uh
and
huh.
I suggested to her, why don't you put LED lighting in the darn thing? She goes, well, that's a great idea. So if you're going to sell your house, maybe that's a great way to really accent your house versus anybody else's, LED lighting.
Well, it'll help it to show like a model.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter.